Hi, this is Suzette for Cloudy Sky today. Hope you're doing well. We are going to do a first telephone scams. Now, I normally do emails, but I got a strange telephone call, and I believe it's a scam, and it made me look into scams. So, let's take a listen.
Amazon. This call is to authorize the payment of $1,499 for the recent order of Apple MacBook Pro on your Amazon account. If you do not authorize this payment, please press 1 to speak to our customer support representative.
Now, I don't know, but that was my first time getting something like that, talking about, Apple MacBook Pro, and Macs cost a lot of money. So, the first thing, well, I got it, it went straight to voicemail, but what if I had picked up the call and gotten that? So I looked up, and Reader's Digest shows some common telephone scams, FBI impersonator, cryptocurrency, and QR code, nanny or caregiver, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, can you hear me? IRS impersonation, bank calls, one ring. I mean, don't quite fit into any of those jury eligibility donations. So I looked up the number. Let me see. Yeah, and when I looked up the number, I used numlookup.com. I think I mentioned this before in one of my Vision ones. It just says it didn't give me an owner's name. They couldn't find any matches. It's a landline. That was a tongue twister for me. From Eon Telecom. I'm not familiar with this telecom company. But I mean, you can use landlines to do that spoofing and that vision thing. So then I looked at, and if you look at the readers that just list, because wow, a good little list, because I went through the list as you can see. I mean, somebody calling me to tell me about jury duty, and they're gonna ask me for my suit. First of all, you called me for jury duty, and I didn't get anything in the mail. I'm hanging up. I do not want to be sitting on any jury. Donation collections. I'm poor, so moving on. And exactly what I'm gonna be telling them, not to be rude. Income scams. According to them, it's similar to you've won, but I mean, the only problem I have with income scams is if you're looking for work and then somebody calls you and you think it's a job, and especially, I mean, if I could get a remote work, it would be great. So this one is kind of scary for me. I probably would be listening before realizing, lucky winner, I haven't won anything in a while, so I would definitely take this as a scam. I mean, if you're entering into contest, maybe, but if you didn't enter it, then how can you win? Or did I skip one? Grandparent scam. This one I think I've heard about, you know, and I heard a variation on this. I call it the relative scam. Like friend of mine got the relative scam where somebody pretended to her brother and they had her on the line and she left and I was like, where you going? Where you going? And then found out she sent them money because he told her to stay on the line and not to hang up, otherwise the person will get hurt. So I mean that can be a little bit on the scary side. Tech support. I've seen email phishing and things that claim, they're from, if you click on the wrong link. I used to do that. Virtual kidnapping. Okay, so this is the one that my friend had. Yeah, they stayed on the phone with her. So, this one ring. Now, this is the thing I heard my mother talking about. If you ever rush answer your phone, the caller hung up after one ring, and then you're like, oh, I wonder who this is. So you go and call them back. So what they do is spoof a number, and then when you call back, it verifies your number belongs to a real person. So if it's an unknown number you don't know, I know sometimes when you're out looking for jobs, you're tempted to call back, but I think if it's a job that you applied for, they would leave you a message. And if they don't like leaving messages, maybe it's not a job for you. Bank calls. This one, when they're asking you for that code, like, oh, we sent a code, somebody is trying to reset hack into your bank account and is trying to reset your password so that they can get into your bank details. Don't give out those numbers. A lot of banks tell you that. I have a lot of ads in this. IRS impersonation. IRS, listen, I got this one a long time ago and I told him to come get me. Same, I'm like, I ain't got no money, so come and get me. And I was laughing and they just didn't understand why. I don't have money. So you're going to tell me, oh, I owe this, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't. You're going to send the police? Go ahead. I mean, IRS, if they really want you, and I know this too, they will send you a letter. Tell you, hey, you made a mistake, blah, blah, blah. We're going to take it out, and they will take it out. They're not going to come to your door. They'll tell you what the mistake was. So instead of getting this much, you get this less. So they will write you. They're not going to be calling you. Okay, I am getting the Reader's Digest page has a lot of ads. But I don't understand this one, nanny or caregiver. I guess if you're a nanny or caregiver, you're on those boards so people will get to you. So people get your information from all those boards, pretending that they need a nanny or a caregiver. There's a romance scam too, but moving on. I am not into cryptocurrency, so and you notice fake utilities. I guess they want you to pay, or you have to pay them in the form of cryptocurrency. So it's any other scam, but they're paying them with giving doing. Okay, FBI impersonator is very much close to the IRS person. They're gonna threaten you. They're gonna use that authority like I am blah blah blah. But it's always funny from that one I got, which was the IRS impersonator, had a very thick accent. I won't tell you what country, and I was laughing my ass off. I also have another, but I know they had that. And then I'm like, yeah, you don't work for the IRS. Now, another site you use what is a phone scam or not, and maybe this one you'd less ads, is the FTC, Federal Trade Commission.gov. That has a lot of nice phone scam. And I have it summarized too. So the column might say you were selected for an offer, a lottery. But if you have to pay a prize, it's not a prize. So here they're like, debt relief and credit repair scams, business and investor scams, charity scam, extended car free trial, loan scam, prize and lottery. Wow. So how to stop calls from scammers. So I summarize that here. That's Reader's Digest. And then for the FTC, but you heard the one I got. I know I didn't make any purchases. They wanted me to press a button. So you could say they're trying to confirm that the number belongs to a real person by leaving that message. Or, because had I answered and pressed the button or tried to call back, or because I know I didn't make any order at Amazon for any MacBooks, but the whole idea is to use that intimidation, because all of a sudden you have this fear like, what order? This is going on my account. Well, it's not. I mean, and if you feel like it's going to, don't call them back. Go to your account and check if there's any order pending of any MacBooks being shipped out to anybody. So, they're just trying to use that urgency, intimidation, put that fear into you so that you answer the call. So that's not exactly on this list, but it definitely is a scam. And here are the websites that you can look up. The two that I use, there are others. And if you have any interesting phone scams or email scams that you'd like to share, you can share with me at Suzette Dawes or right here on YouTube. I love to see your comments. And until next time, bye.